三刀流煉獄
Welcome to Anime with Annie. In this video today, I'll be talking about everything we know about one of the most popular manga out there called One Piece. But before we get into it, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates from us. That said, let's begin. One Piece, which is frequently included in the same category as Bleach and Naruto, as one of the shonen big three, is a romantic story about pirates, treasure, talking reindeer, panties, flying skeletons, Toyokoi selling, octopuses, and oceans teeming with sea monsters, large enough to sink entire fleets of ships. Do you find this crazy enough? This is the One Piece universe. On the surface, One Piece can appear to an unfamiliar reader to be just another generic, unoriginal shonen series, because it is grouped alongside Bleach and Naruto. However, comparing One Piece to Bleach and Naruto would be like comparing Disney World to a playground. If these three series represent the big three, One Piece would represent the boss having a cigarette while perched on a plush chair, while Bleach and Naruto would represent the two underlings standing next to the boss and nodding in agreement with everything he says. Story. This story, which takes place during the golden age of piracy, follows Monkey D. Luffy as he sets out with his crew to conquer the sea. The sea is home to ferocious pirates, all of whom are vying for the title of Pirate King, the Grand Line, and the treasures of One Piece, which were left behind by the late Pirate King, Gold D. Roger. Being Pirate King is, of course, merely a vague desire that ends up throwing Luffy and his shipmates into a huge boiling pot full of issues and adventures. This story is unique in that it transforms even the most commonplace ideas into something spectacular and thrilling. Contrary to, say, Sabuba Rezard Chronicle, where traveling to new worlds is a bore fest, and you can only presume the next world is interesting if it's not filled with recycled characters. The concept of traveling from radically different locations to different locations is filled with endlessly artistic characters and creatures that set it apart from ever being dull. The key plot device in One Piece is a fruit known as the Devil Fruit. Eating one results in the deathly penalty of sinking like an anchor in the water, which is a curious irony given that the series is about pirates who are frequently on the water. The fact that each fruit has unique power, and that no two fruits has the same power, as well as Oda's boundless imagination to come up with bizarre and amusing powers, makes this concept genuinely entertaining. Above all else, what makes this concept superior to, say, Banaki's or Keikangai is that you never know how two powers sync up, so the weakest Devil Fruit powers in the current arc could very well be the key to winning a battle in the next. In this way, none of the characters ever seem so overpowered that they can absolutely ruin the other characters. And it definitely adds a suspension and excitement to the battles that you wouldn't find in something like that. One Piece's plot may be straightforward and occasionally downright silly, but if you delve into it thoroughly, you'll find that the stories are frequently much richer and more expertly crafted than you might expect. From the beginning of a rebellion through miscommunication to the questioning of an unfair god, One Piece frequently manages to surprise you with its plot. One of the best things about One Piece's plot is how unpredictable it is. You never know where a fight will go, what will happen to the characters, who will win, and who will prove to be a good guy and who will be a bad guy. It's this element that makes everything that occurs so intriguing and a ton of fun to read. The fact that the character arcs are intertwined makes it less obvious that the main protagonist is the only thing binding all these characters together. The main antagonist of one arc may very well be acquainted with the supporting character of the next, which just makes the story more interesting to read. The fact that Oda isn't afraid to bring back previous characters, be they antagonists, comical side characters, or villains, and have them return to the story in various capacities, some as friends and allies, adds a sense of depth to the One Piece universe, and gives the reader the impression that the Grand Line Pirates rule the world, rather than the Straw Hat Pirates. However, the two main elements that make the One Piece plot so magnificent and spectacular in the end are as follows. Number 1, the depth of the emotions, and number 2, Oda's skillful narrative. From the straightforward departure of a character to join the Straw Hats to the saving of a friend in need, the emotional depth of this series is astounding and frequently leaves the viewer speechless. It's not emotionally complex, it's just plain raw emotion of wanting to be loved or the sadness of losing a friend, but it manages to achieve such a level of pure emotion and excitement that the likes of Bleach and Naruto can only imagine attaining. The second factor that makes One Piece amazing is how Oda delivers the story. He can make you feel the urgency, the sense of helplessness, and the sense that something wonderful is about to happen. He introduces flashbacks, but they never feel out of place or tedious to read, and the way he builds up the fights is just, for lack of a better word, epic. He creates cliffhangers, but he never makes them annoyingly frustrating. I'd like to give those TTGL fans a taste of what it's like when the Straw Hats invade Eni's lobby, or when the 11 supernovas congregate in Sapori Archipelago, since people claim that Gurren Lagann is exciting. When you combine this with Oda's unmatched imagination and the ideal balance of humor, this manga is really hilarious. The result is an adventure of epic proportions. Art. The problem with the art is that Oda's action sequences are so quick-moving and ambitious that they frequently become muddled and a little bit too messy. It becomes difficult to tell what is happening in these fight scenes, and it takes a little bit of imagination to comprehend what Oda is trying to do with these fight scenes, or else they occasionally come off as rather cheesy. Like in Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Gatling or Zoa's Kikaon, on the other hand, the inventive character designs that Oda never seems to tire of help to balance out the negative aspects of the artwork. Even if a character only appears in one panel and may never appear again, the greatest care is taken to ensure that their design never looks out of place in comparison to the other crazy designs he gives his characters. It's difficult to comprehend how Oda keeps up with everyone, from the Akka, Mr. 2 to the CP-19, given how dissimilar they are in terms of appearance, stature, and manner. In contrast to the repurposed designs of his contemporaries, Kishimoto and Kubo, Oda is a more inventive mangaka, as evidenced by the sheer variety of the Straw Hat group as a whole. Any and all people are potential members of the Straw Hat crew, whether they are skeletons, reindeer, cyborgs, or witches. The tension and the pure majestic and romantic quality of the Straw Hat's adventure would never have been fantastic without Oda's use of great art. Examples range from the crew preparing to bombard Arlong Park to the storming of Eni's lobby. In addition to the character designs, Oda really makes the scenes feel cinematic and exciting. In conclusion, Oda is a master at energizing you with his art. My preferred manga is One Piece, period. One Piece is without a doubt the greatest shonen manga I've ever had the privilege of reading, and I doubt it will ever be topped as my favorite manga series. The stories is such a grand and epic adventure, with each arc surpassing the previous. The characters are so tear-inducingly hilarious, and the art is so cinematic and exciting. One Piece is a manga that I adore and intend to read for many, many years to come. Kudos to Oda for designing this shonen masterpiece, and may he keep on going. And that concludes my review of One Piece manga. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please, leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day.
王の持つ